In 2023, I auditioned for the leading role of Cameron Cope in Netflix's dramedy Boots. Miles Heizer ultimately ended up getting the role, and he very much so deserved it, did a phenomenal job, but I actually was in relatively serious contention for it, even having a meeting with the showrunners themselves. So now that the show has been released for the world to see, I'm going to break down my original audition tape along with why it was good enough to even get to this showrunner meeting to begin with. I'm Tristan Spohn, a professional actor that you might have seen on Stranger Things, FBI, or Law & Order. So let's start with the character description that I was given. Alert and ready to people please, Cameron Cope heads to boot camp with the hopes that it might finally make him the man everyone expects him to be, but he has no idea what he's in for. His best friend Ray warns him that his life could be ruined if the Marines find out he's gay. We're going to watch the two scenes that they had me audition with, and then afterwards, taking all of the notes that I give, recreate them as if I was given the audition today. So let's start with breaking down scene number 1 of my audition.
Sure you want to do this?
It'll be good for me, I think. Everyone's always saying you gotta make a name for yourself and be a real man, but they never say how to do it, so the Marines will be a good crash course for everything I never learned.
Yeah, it's just once they find something they don't like.
Not the best start, if I'm honest. I feel as though at the very least I'm not overdoing it, and a lot of times we try to make the internal struggle so obvious, and ultimately you dilute the impact of your eyes by getting busy with the rest of your face. But I think we can see more of that internal struggle to believe that this is the right path for me.
They really go after you. And trust me, they always find something. You know they're gonna ask, right?
And I'll tell them. Cancer sun with an Aries rising. Okay, so I'm gay. Why do they need to know?
Because it's their policy. No gays allowed.
Okay, so it's frowned upon.
No. Cameron, it's illegal.
It's illegal to be gay in the military. I like that I actually am letting this realization hit me real time. And I like how light I'm taking it. I'm not necessarily making every line so intense and so precious. I'm clearly having fun with it. And ultimately, this is kind of a dramedy, so there are a lot of elements of comedy throughout. And the worst thing you can do in comedy is joke the joke or not have fun with it. Because ultimately, the more fun that you have as an actor, the more fun the audience in turn has. And I like that we're going to now see a complete shift as I realize that there's more at stake than just, oh, people bullying me in boot camp. I'd go to jail?
I know, it's messed up, but...
So you don't want me to go?
I didn't say that. I want you to be prepared.
But what? Am I supposed to just lie?
I mean, why not?
This section isn't as good. I'm raising the stakes without actually raising the stakes. My character is kind of losing control as I have the stiffest body in the entire world. Oh, you want me to go? You want me to lie? You can tell I'm getting worked up, but I'm a statue, so it feels a little incongruent. I, as a whole, needed to increase the pacing of this because it feels just a little too mellow. I think I could have played with eye contact more because the you don't want me to go, you want me to lie while I'm staring him straight down, it feels less vulnerable, and I wish I was letting myself look away a little bit more so that I'm not just staring Ray down. But what? Am I supposed to just lie?
I mean, why not? If a kid at school asked you if you were gay, you'd say no, right? Same thing.
Ray, if a kid at school finds out, he's not going to court-martial me. He's going to go tell Melissa DeSant and all of her friends to go hang up posters saying Cameron for homecoming queen.
Did that happen?
No. It feels very unforced. It also feels like I don't actually feel like the stakes are real for myself. A lot of actors just push too far. It's way easier to overdo this scene than to actually hit the nail on the head. So me not having a full mental breakdown, but actually just being a little shell-shocked is probably what led to me getting that callback. And I always tell actors I would rather it be less intense but real than more intense and forced. Before I try my best to recreate this audition with all of the notes that I'm giving, let's now check out the second scene that they had me audition with. In this one, there's a little bit more going into play. I'm having a conversation with myself where I'm oscillating between normal Cameron and inner Cameron. Obviously, inner Cameron is finally vocalizing a lot of the struggles that he has.
Is this the life you want? Beatings, burns, and Bismarck? Can you please just leave me alone? The more you try to ignore me, the louder I'm gonna get. You should know this by now. What is it that you want me to do?
I had a slight difference between my voice, where regular Cameron, I raised the pitch of my voice a little bit. I widened my eyes a little bit just to give a little bit more innocence. And then inner Cameron has a little bit more bass, because as a whole, inner Cameron is the confident version that normal Cameron wishes he could be.
Stop being this nice, meek, everything is fine Cameron. Develop some goddamn self-respect. Say sayonara to this shit!
A big reason why ultimately I didn't book the role is I just wasn't really able to nail the flamboyant inner Cameron side. In the showrunner meeting, they wanted to push it in a more traditionally effeminate way. And me being a straight actor, I'm not about to go do something that has the risk of feeling offensive. So I did a good job of finding my own version of confidence, where obviously in this instance, it's Cameron's inability to accept his sexuality. I shifted it into the very human struggle of not being able to accept ourselves or think that we ourselves are enough. You know, I grew up, I was that awkward kid that had lunch in the library. I didn't really have a lot of friends. So I heavily connected to this scene, even if it wasn't necessarily in the way that the character connects. And as a whole, this is your job as the actor, to take on perspectives outside of yours. There are some actors that are very successful in just being themselves in every single role. And look, there's a lot of merit to that. But in my opinion, becoming a character is of course channeling your authentic self, so that ultimately it's what makes your version different from everybody else, while also letting the perspective of the character outside of your own perspective mold and shape you.
Our place is out there. Somewhere. It has to be. Any place is better than this.
That scene is one of my best audition scenes. From the first frame, I come in, you can tell there's some type of darkness going on. You can tell I'm going through something. If you don't start strong, you spend the rest of the audition trying to get there. Versus if you do start strong, the rest of the audition can just unfold from that starting headspace. This was an audition that led to me meeting the showrunners and being in serious contention. So this isn't gonna be one of those audition redemptions where I'm taking this atrocious audition and turning it into something better. This is, of course, adding some tweaks, still honoring my original perspective. So I'm still not gonna try to boost the effeminate version of inner Cameron, because that's just not me. That will never be the version that I would be cast in, but I'm gonna honor my original instincts with where I'm currently at. This is not any sort of comparison to, ooh, if I did this, I would have gotten it. It's purely self-growth. Okay. Thank you, Vecna, for all of your help. He was my scene partner in the redemption scenes that I just finished filming. But before we show those improved versions, how would you like to not only work with me directly, but meet and perform in front of massive industry experts. Well, that's exactly what members of my online acting community, the Acting Lab, get to do during the last 3 months of this year, where we're going to be hosting the biggest event of the group so far, as we're going into our special season of madness. With 3 casting competitions, one for each month, all of our students get to audition for the same group of parts before I sit down, give all of my feedback on everyone's tapes before shortlisting the top students that I would like to call back into our final round, where those students will then get the opportunity to perform in front of our special industry expert guest judges. This way you get a behind the scenes look into the casting process, seeing why certain decisions are actually made. We're bringing in people like casting directors, agents, writers, directors, and of course other working actors to give you as much insight as humanly possible into what you can do to stand out from the rest of the crowd submitting for the same audition tape, giving you a better chance to progress to showrunner meetings like I got to do with this Boots audition. That means you'll get 3 chances to perform in front of 3 massive industry experts, but just because you don't get shortlisted doesn't mean you don't participate. You still get to attend all of the calls, meet the guests, and ask them some of your own questions as well. So we're hosting a competition in October, November, and December of this year, 2025. So that's 3 different chances, and the sooner you join, the most you'll be able to take advantage of each one. And this competition is in addition to my online acting classes, along with the chance to get video feedback from me on all of your materials at any time. So there's never been a better chance to join. The deadline for each competition is on the screen right now, so if you want to join for any or all of them, you know the final date to sign up by. Click the link below in the description or pinned comment, or scan the QR code right on Mr. Vecna's beautiful face. And if you do join, I look forward to meeting you and helping you advance your own acting career. Okay, now let's have a look at the scenes that I just finished filming.
You sure you want to do this?
Yes, it'll be good for me, I think. I mean, everybody's always like, you gotta make something of yourself, be a real man, but nobody ever shows you how, so Marines will be like a crash course in everything that I never learned.
Yeah, it's just, once they find something they don't like, they really go after you. Trust me, they always find something. You know they're gonna ask, right?
Then I'll tell them, Cancer Sun with Aries rising. Okay, so I'm gay. I mean, why do they have to know?
Because that's their policy. No gays allowed.
Okay, so it's frowned upon.
No, Cameron. It's illegal.
It's illegal to be gay in the military. Like I could go to jail.
I know it's messed up.
So
but
you don't think that I should go?
I didn't say that. I just want you to be prepared.
Then what? I'm just supposed to lie to everybody.
I mean, why not? If a kid at school asked if you were gay, you'd say no.
Right.
Same thing?
Right. A kid at school is not going to court-martial me if he finds out. He'll just, go to Melissa Desant and all her friends and put up posters saying Cameron for homecoming queen.
Did that happen?
No.
Okay, then it's simple. You just gotta lock it up for a while.
What do you mean, lock it up?
What's this?
Wilson Phillips? Hello, they're stunning.
This is what I mean by lock it up.
I did start the scene a little bit slow, but in many ways that shows how they're in the chill part of the conversation, just hanging out. But as we get to the parts of the scene where I'm getting pushback from my best friend, where I can tell he's actually not rooting for me the way that I thought he was, I not only quicken my cues, which shows the building of that tension, I also am not afraid to overlap him. And this is why it's important to incorporate all aspects of your performance. It's incredibly important to have contrast in every single aspect of the performance. So contrast in movement, the speed in which you talk, quickness of the cues, little things that add as many layers as possible. Let's go to scene 2. Okay, is this actually the life that you want for yourself? Beatings, burns, Bismarck.
Can you please just leave me alone?
The more that you ignore me, the louder I'm gonna have to get.
What is it that you want me to do?
Okay, stop! Stop being this nice, meek, everything is fine Cameron. Develop some goddamn self-respect. Say sayonara to this fucking shit. You know, our place is out there. Somewhere. It has to be. Any place is better than this. As a whole, I wouldn't necessarily say that this take is better because my original second take was already extremely strong. I would just say there are some differences as a manner of approaching the exact same scene years later. You don't want to approach the exact same scene in the exact same way years apart because it means you're not really meeting yourself where you're at. And ultimately, as an actor, you need to combine where you're currently at with where the character is at. That's how you find the balance between authenticity and, of course, honoring the stakes that this character is currently in. Those are the recreated scenes. So remember, if you want to join the acting lab to take part in our season of madness, then click the link in the description or the pinned comment if you'd like more details. And of course, you can also scan that QR code if you're on TV or laptop. And if you would like to see me break down some of the auditions that launched celebrity careers, then check that video right up there.